Our lesson today is titled, Judas, Where Are You? Holy Wednesday is also called Spy Wednesday, the day in which the Church underlined Judas' betrayal. Judas sells the Master. When we think of the selling of people, what first comes to mind is the slave trade, something from the distant past. More than the business of, for example, the sale of the Yazidi girls to Daesh. But this, again, is something distant, something far, far away from us, something that isn't of our lives. Even today, every day, people are sold. There are Judases who sell their own brothers and sisters, exploiting them for work without any just pay, without consciously recognizing what it is that they will be truly doing. Few become household servants. Rather, they are sold quickly into the sex trade and never seen again. I think that in order to have a greater convenience, a person is able to take his parents away and not see them anymore, to take them far away to safe old age homes and not visit them anymore. He is selling them. There is a common saying that such a person is capable of selling his own mother. And they do sell her. Now they feel at peace. They are kept away. In other words, you take care of them. Trafficking in human persons today is as it was in times hundreds of years ago. It is done and has not ever stopped. And why is that? Jesus said why. He gave money the status of the master. Jesus said, "You cannot serve two masters, God and money." It is the only thing that Jesus compares, and each one of us needs to choose. Either serve God, and you will be free in adoration and service, or serve money, and you will be forever a slave to money. This is the option. But many people want to serve both God and money. This cannot be done. In the end, they pretend to serve God in order to serve money. They are hidden exploiters, socially flawless, but under the table, they even traffic in human beings. It doesn't matter to them. Human exploitation is, after all, merely the selling of one's neighbor. Judas went away, but he left some disciples who are not truly his disciples, but the devil's. What Judas' life was like, we don't know. He must have been a normal boy, perhaps with anxieties, because the Lord called him to be a disciple. He never succeeded in being one. Judas did not have the mouth of a disciple or the heart of a disciple, as we hear in the readings. He was weak in his discipleship, but Jesus still loves him. Then the gospel teaches us that Judas loves not Jesus, but only money, to the point of stealing it from the donations from the poor that he was to have been overseeing. At Lazarus' house, when Mary anoints Jesus' feet with expensive oil, perfumed oil, Judas makes the reflection that this should have been sold for 300 days' wages and given to the poor. But John emphasizes, But he did not say this because he loved the poor. He was a thief. Judas' love for money had led him beyond the rules to stealing. And from stealing to betraying, there is only one step, a very small step. Those who love money too much betray in order to have even more, always. This is the rules, as a matter of fact. Judas, perhaps a good boy with good intentions, ends up a traitor to the point of going to the market to sell. He went to the chief priests and said, "What are you prepared to give me if I hand him over to you?" In my opinion, this man was quite out of his mind at this point, and the insanity was burning from his eyes during the Passover feast. Jesus reacted to it. They all separated from him for that fire in his eyes, insanity or possession. One thing that draws one's attention is that Jesus never called Judas a traitor. He says that he will be betrayed, but he never once calls the person doing the betrayal a traitor. Jesus never said, "Get away from me, traitor." Never. Rather, Jesus addresses Judas as friend and embraces him, kisses him on the cheek. Father Primo Mazzolari explained the mystery of Judas in this way. How did Judas end up? I am not sure. Jesus makes a strong threat here. Woe to the man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It would be better for that man if he had never been born. But does this mean that Judas is in hell? I do not know. I reread it and see the Christ still calling Judas as friend. But it makes us think of another thing that is more real and far more current. The devil entered Judas, and it was the devil who led Judas to that point. So how then did the story end? The devil is a very poor taskmaster, and he is an even more unreliable paymaster. He promises everything, shows you all you desire, but in the end leaves you alone, in despair, preparing to hang yourself. He even helpfully provides the rope. Judas's heart is tormented by concupiscence and tormented by the love of Jesus, a love that failed to become love. Tormented by this fog, Judas comes back to the chief priests and begs for forgiveness, asks for salvation. What is that to us? It is your responsibility, they answer. The devil speaks like this and leaves the sinner in even greater despair. Let us think of the many institutionalized Judases in the world who exploit people. And think also of the small Judas that each one of us has within at the hour of choice, between loyalty or self-interest. Each one of them, that's the ability to betray, to sell, to choose for one's own interest. Each one of us has the opportunity to let ourselves be attracted by love of money, or goods, or future well-being. Judas, where are you? But I will ask each one of you, Judas, the little Judas within inside you, where are you?